Hey, so what to expect for this week crypto market outlook? So we have Trump's tariff, and then of course taking over Greenland, and the market is going haywire, and we're heading down again. So 88.9K at the moment. So you're still holding your cryptos, you haven't sell or you haven't even take profits. So I think this is a time or decision to take note, because usually this is the peak or probably the top or probably the end for this cycle. Okay, and probably market will continue to tank. I believe so. So nonetheless, we can see here, we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and other coins are also continue to tank, continue to go down due to market uncertainty. And then of course, we are looking at like gold, silver, palladiums, and commodities continue to hit a new all-time high. That is the difference here. All right, very, very unexpected and very surprisingly, okay, for commodities continue to rally. Okay, so market goes into extreme fear. Okay, why is because I think there are no retails that's coming in. Okay, topping up or peak due to apathy rather than FOMO. Okay, so compared to the last cycle, we have retail came in. Okay, at the peak, and we hit a new all-time high, and market continued to rally. But unfortunately for this cycle, it is pretty much similar compared to 2019 cycle. Okay, so Bitcoin went down, hit all the way to 88K. Okay, and then now Ethereum's price also is down by below 3,000 as well. Okay, I think there could be more selling that is coming in. Okay, then of course we are looking at MicroStrategy as well. Coinbase are also down. Okay, and we look at the stock market also, it's already at the all-time high. So whenever the market is at all-time high, especially for the stocks, it most likely is indicating for massive correction. Okay, so that could also lead for crypto to actually have a breather or another major correction. Okay, so yeah, this is a thing that you want to de-risk following by Q1, Q2, and throughout the year of 2026. Okay, all right, so not only like crypto, but of course stocks as well. But commodities and the rest of them are actually gaining a new momentum, a new all-time high. So probably this could be the last, okay, last rally for probably the gold, silver, or whatever, palladium. Okay, but nonetheless, this is what is happening, and we have to able to adapt, okay, on the market situation, rather than coping with those speculation like 5-year cycle, this time is different. Okay, so the more you continue to cope with this type of speculation, the more you're going to lose out, right? That's what happens last cycle as well. We believe in the banana zone from 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. What happened? Things crash. Luna capitulation. Celsius go bankrupt. Okay, so we don't want to make the same mistake again, following by this cycle. Okay, if can, de-risk. Okay, focus on the things that you can control. Okay, especially on your portfolio. Okay, you can look at your portfolio. If your portfolio of your alts are already down like 90%, 80%, then that's a thing that you really need to consider rather than continue to hold. And start to prepare for this new cycle. Okay, so you want to play defensive right now rather than going offensive. Okay, that's why you want to preserve your capital. Okay, to stand by for the market bottom after this bear market. Okay, so these are the things that's happening now. So I think Trump will be speaking later on at Davos, it's in Switzerland. So I think they have it every once a year. Okay, so I think that's where market is also pricing in for Trump's speech. So later on, I think he'll be talking. Okay, and then next, okay, speaking about Tom Lee. So Tom Lee yet again coming out, okay, mentioning, I think last few months back or few weeks, mentioning that Ethereum will go to about 62,000 in the next couple of months. And then now again, he's mentioning what here? Painful start, okay, to 2026, okay, before late year rebound. So this is also another 360 turnaround, okay, because earlier he mentioning or wanting people to buy Ethereum, okay, to 62,000, right? Because he's looking for exit liquidity, right? If you watch my last week's video, okay, these are the people that you want to be cautious on what they are saying on the media, okay, especially mentioning about price prediction, crazy price prediction, okay, that this certain coin will go to this amount, right? by end of this year. Okay, so that's where you have to be very careful because that's where they're planning their exit liquidity. Okay, so what is it saying right now? Okay, so Tom Lee, who is also an owner of Fundstrat, okay, is also another hedge fund, and of course he also owned this mining company for Ethereum. Okay, brace for painful decline across the crypto and stock market for this year. Okay, amid geopolitical tension, right, which is what is happening right now. Okay, and then what else here? Interview with the Master Investor Podcast with Wilfred Frost. Okay, so 2026 will mirror 2025 with tailwinds for the blockchain and AI industry. Okay, then here, adding here, this year is shaping up to be similar to 2025. Good fundamentals, tariff escalations, and White House picking winners and losers, political divisiveness, okay, tailwinds from AI and blockchain. Okay, so yeah, I think most likely by this coming April or May, there'll be new Fed chairman. Okay, and then or not whether they were going to reduce another rate cut, there'll be another concern. Okay, so yeah, he's expecting that things will not turn well for this year. I think most likely after second half of this year, that's where you'll see market tends to find its bottom. Market tends to consolidate or to range. And then another thing here is that leverage trading also hurts the crypto market. So we can see a lot of crypto traders, they are longing and shorting as well. So they could also cause another impact for the crypto market, right? Because this way you will create more funding rates and open interest. And when the funding rate is positive, that's where the market gets overheated because you're inviting interest from traders to actually trade to increase their risk to actually overheat the market. So when the open interest starts to get positive, that's where you will see a reset. Okay, or a flush. Okay, so yeah, we can see here, right? A new Bitcoin all-time high would be a key milestone as it would indicate the market has fully shaken off the October 10 market crash, right? Which saw about 20 billion worth of leveraged crypto positions wipe out. Okay, so this year will be a really important test because Bitcoin makes a new all-time high. Okay, if Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, we know that the deleveraging event is behind us, right? So yeah, for Bitcoin to continue to rally again, the leverage trader has to stop or to get liquidated, fully liquidated. Then that's why we can able to advance. So for now, we're seeing that Bitcoin did a relief rally at 97,000. Everyone expecting 100K, but it did not come true. Now we are down below 90K now. So the question to you now, are you going to continue to hold or are you going to probably de-risk your position? So that's the thing. Okay, so that's the thing that you should know. Okay, whether or not do you want to continue to hold or do you want to de-risk? Okay, if you're planning to accumulate more Bitcoin for this cycle, okay, and you're holding, let's say, example 0.1, then that's where you want to start to probably convert into stables first, okay, rather than continue to hold Bitcoin. Because 0.1 Bitcoin will still be 0.1, right, if you're planning to accumulate more. Okay, so that is the game here. Okay, to play on defensive, and then after second half of this year, you might want to nibble a bit, and then play on the offensive on the second half. So first half, sit back, de-risk whichever. Okay, so don't trade what you want, but trade what the market provides you at the moment. Okay, so if you not get the 100,000 benchmark to actually take profits, okay, so now you are looking at what, 89 or 88. So probably you might want to de-risk 10-20% of your Bitcoin to stables and then wait again. Okay, rather than holding all the way down. Okay, so that's the thing here. All right, so speaking about metals like gold and silver, okay, so you can see already gold, I think, is outperforming asset class as well for this year. Okay, look at silver also hitting a new all-time high. Now it's about what, $93, okay, for silver. All right, so many of these commodities are actually hitting a new all-time high. I think many are speculating now palladium is going to go next, right? So many are actually hitting on the next commodity. So yeah, you might never know all this speculation, right? So the key thing here to look at is what? Trade the market you have, not the market you want. Okay, so again, like I said, don't be choosy. whatever the market offers you, you need to take it, right? You cannot wait. So now we do not get the 100,000. 97K also maybe you did not take profits, or you did not even convert your Bitcoin to stables, or you did not even cut on your alts, but you still continue to hold. So now the market is at what, 88K. Alts, I think probably down even more. So this is a thing, a lesson here, right? Trade the market you have, not the market you want, right? So hopefully you guys learn. And then moving on here, talking about Chainlink, the Oracle solution here. So now they are actually deploying their own 24 hours by 5 days, 24 hours for the stock price Oracle. Okay, over 40 blockchain. So as you know, that stock market only operates 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 for 5 days. But now they have already started. Okay, Chainlink is the one that is going to start 24 hours for 5 days, Monday to Friday. Okay, over 40 blockchain. So now you can able to buy stocks on the blockchain network. I think there's so many now, like iStock or Xstock, okay, where you can able to trade stocks on Solana or the Jupiter or whatever DEX on Solana, you can able to buy. And then, of course, speaking about centralized exchange like Gate.io, okay, like Maxi, you can able to buy US stocks under that exchange. Okay, so you don't rely on the traditional finance like Interactive Broker, Thinkorswim to actually use bank wire to transfer. So now you can see where are these companies heading. What is the use case now? Okay, so you can see Chainlink is really progressing in terms of this utility right now. Okay, expanded the operational hours for its US equity price feeds. Okay, so it delivers live stock and ETF pricing across more than 40 chains. Okay, so what is the latest here? You can see blockchains may operate on a continuous basis, but global stock market trade across fragmented sessions during dedicated market hours. Okay, so that's the thing here. Chainlink comes in to give you the 24 hours by 5 days. Okay, all right, so designed to bring reliable pricing, safer liquidations, stronger risk management, and consistent user experience beyond standard trading hours to on-chain markets, right? So that's the thing here. Okay, so yeah, we can see here top perpetual exchange, including Lighter, okay, and Big Max already leverage Chainlink's price stream solution. So this is the latest right now. Okay, they are already implementing, okay, 40 blockchain or 40 chains. Okay, so these are the partner here, like the Big Max. There are so many exchanges, so they are actually engaging with Chainlink as well to rely on the live price updates. Okay, so this is the use case. I think Chainlink will continue to do well because this is made in the USA. So definitely the fundamental and sentiment for Chainlink will be much bullish, okay, for this year as well. So looking forward to accumulate as well for Chainlink, probably after second half or probably by Q3 or Q4 for this year. We're going to see how Chainlink is going to perform as well. Okay, and then moving on next with the on-chain. Okay, so speaking of on-chain, look here by CryptoCoin yet again, another alpha here. Okay, yet we have seen a lot of people are still denying or having a denial that the bull market is still on. Again, they're not able to adapt. But what he says here is really true. Okay, so if you are waiting for the downfall of the halving cycle theory, okay, he even mentioned to you guys, good luck. Okay, so what's happening now? This is reinforced with Fibonacci zones. Okay, right? So if you compare to all the previous cycle, okay, cycle bottom, November 2026, January 2027. Where was it here? This one, right? 2026 was somewhere here. Okay, November 2026, 2027, right? Probably by end of this year. Yeah, here. He's mentioning here. Okay, the green one here, there will be around 30K. Okay, first early top was June to July 2027. Okay, so that will be somewhere here. It will be what, 57K. Okay, and then second early top will be April and August 2028. Somewhere here, there will be about what, how much here? 57, 58K, slightly below 60K. So it's actually quite overwhelming, especially for you guys. From right now, 80K all the way to what, 30,000. It's more than half. Okay, and then first cycle top January to June 9 to June 2029. Where was it here? Somewhere here. 100 plus, right? 105K. And then October to December 2029. It'll be somewhere around there. here, 190. Yeah, so yeah, I think this is just estimation, but what he's projecting is actually adapting to the current market cycle, which is the 4-year cycle that have yet to be broken. Okay, and it's still, because the more they change, the more they stay the same, no matter how you view it, right? You have so many newcomers trying to shield you with their new narrative, 5-year cycle, ISM. Okay, this time is different. Institutions will come in to buy and not sell. Because every time when you see new narrative, end of the day, it's still the same. Okay, so what you're seeing right now, end of the day, is still adapting to the current market cycle, which is a 4-year cycle. Okay, so yeah, end of the day, I'm still sticking with this theory. I'm still sticking with the 4-year cycle, whether they like it or not, or whoever is against it. Okay, because we want to adapt and to be able to play defensive for this year. Okay, first half of this year, play defensive is to preserve your capital as well, so that you can able to have some dry powder to actually buy for the second half of this year. Okay, so maybe it could also mimic the similar style like 2019 as well. Okay, so yeah, that is the situation right now. And then speaking about tariffs, speaking about Greenland, these are all the playbook coming in by Trump. So yet again, on and off, we've seen Trump throwing tariffs here and there. But end of the day, I think this is all the game plan. These are all just noise. Okay, so I think what you're seeing right now is just short-term pullback, short-term correction. Okay, there are so many things to take note here because I think this is the one that you can be able to focus. Okay, so yeah, where's the one with the Greenland? See here. Okay, see mentioning somewhere about Greenland. We'll do a search here. Yeah, so this one, the Greenland situation follows the same template, but with higher geopolitical risks. Why? Okay, you can see here, Europe can retaliate symmetrically. And then what is that? Involves NATO allies. Okay, that includes territorial pressure. And then it overlaps the Supreme Court review of tariff authority, right? That makes his tariff more unstable, but not structurally different. Okay, and then here, look what's happening here, today's crash. Okay, today is not about valuation, not about earnings. Okay, not about recession data, right? It was phase one of the tariff cycle. Okay, phase one of the tariff cycle. So yeah, if you can see here, what's happening now, this is the cycle here, phase one. Okay, so Trump tariff cycle timeline, 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, so what's happening here, right? Friday late tariff hint post. It's the first one. So what happened? Shock regime from 0 to 9 days. Futures gap down, stop sell off. And then the week's volatility, okay, spike, gold rises, crypto falls. You can see here what's happening now. This is the current situation right now, phase one for the Greenland tariffs. Okay, and then moving to day 10 to 28, narrative regime. We have Treasury reassures on television, which is 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀, he's the one. And then VIX moves lower from the peak, mid, okay, peak, mid, and then weak, deep buying starts. Okay, so yeah, I think for now, we are still here. Once after we move to 10 to 28 days, that's where somewhere about second or third week. Okay, I think that's where the market starts to bottom. Okay, and then people will start to buy again. Okay, and then the resolution right now, I think Trump will make a Twitter post or whichever on Truth Social. Okay, probably working on a solution. Okay, and then equity indices move above prior highs. Okay, so that's where the market will start to move again. All right, then new news headlines close to agreement. And then announcement of historic after the deal, right? So this what is the game plan of Trump here. Very, very similar. Okay. Announcement timing is intentional. Tariffs are structured with escalation windows. All right. And then the first market reaction is always mechanical. Okay. So that's how he's playing his playbook right now. Okay. For the Greenland tariff. Very, very similar. Okay, compared to the last tariff as well. So that's the thing that you have to really pay attention. So especially for crypto. Okay, I think crypto is pretty much bearish right now in terms of sentiment. Okay, not much of strength to push because retail is not here. So you have to understand that. So when retail is not here, guess what? Market will get even more weaker because end of the day is between the institutions, hedge funds, and the OG side. It's between two of them. Okay, dumb money is not here. That's the thing. Okay, so you have to take note. And then moving on next with Airdrop. So if you're spending a lot of ETH in terms of gas fee, maybe you might want to check this one. ETH gas foundation.op/token, you might want to check. Okay, and the checker is now live. Okay, so you need to earn a minimum of 500 beats. Okay, then share your gas ID on Twitter, and then you need to post it. Okay, so top 100 users by Discord engage points. These are only for those who are eligible. Okay, spending on Ethereum mainnet, which is equivalent about 0.5 Ethereum. That's a lot. Okay, top Telegram readers, top 100 on Ethereum gas official community report. Okay, so this is the first one. And then next year, coming in from Hey Elsa. So Airdrop is now live. You can able to claim. Current price is somewhere around 11 cents. Okay, so I think all these drops are becoming very less, or probably less of interest, or not so rewarding compared to last 2 years. Because why? I think we are already moving into the bearish sentiment right now. Lack of interest, and of course, most of the project founders are reluctant to actually spend or to even reward more. Probably this year is more about building. Okay, so you might want to go and test your testnet, or probably trade on perpetual DEX. I think that's where you're going to give you some extra leverage or advantage if you are trading on those DEX like the Hyperliquid. And of course, like I already mentioned to you guys last week, we have the extended trading platform you can also try. And of course, Pacifica, and of course, others as well. So you can able to use that for this year as well. And then here, coming in from Rainbow. So Rainbow is very similar to Rabi Wallet and MetaMask Wallet. And they have also announced their snapshot, which is on 26th of January, which is like, 5 days from now. So you've been using Rainbow Wallet. I think you need to swap, you need to bridge, okay, inside your app or their extension in order for you to earn points. So you might want to go and do it if you really want, but I believe so it's already too late if you want to do this. Okay, 5 more days you come in and then you want to swap, right? You're wasting time here. So yeah, might want to focus on other wallet. So rainbow.me, might want to check. Okay, if you've been doing, then continue. If you are new and you want to start now, I would say forget it. Okay, 5 more days left, no point. Okay, and then moving on next, coming in from Trove Markets. Okay, so this is ICO. So this is also another lesson that you can able to learn. What happened is that they do a rug pull, I think. So they did an initial coin offering for only those testnet users. And then what happened is that they extend the ICO date to manipulate prediction market. And then they cancel extension. Then again postpone the TGE event, migrate from Hyperliquid to Solana network. So that's how they are doing things right now. So this is a thing that you have to be very careful, especially with ICO. Okay, if you are offered to actually enter an ICO, you might want to be cautious, especially right now with the market condition, because everything is looking bearish. And I think all those projects or probably founders, they want to raise money, okay, in order to start. Or probably they say they'll promise you this and that, they give you tokens, and then end up you locked up 100% and cannot able to withdraw. So yeah, this is the thing. And then either that, they give you 100%, but they dump their token first. So this is what's happening now, you can see, like Trove. Okay, so the founders and the developers will dump, and you don't have the chance to even sell with profits. So that's the thing here. Okay, so this is a lesson here. And then next, okay, so these are the current events for Airdrop as well. So we have here Elsa, TTE was yesterday, ETH gas is today, and then Zama public auction ICO, which is also today, Sentient, which is tomorrow, Join Fight ID season 5 ends on 25th of January. All right, so this is the happenings right now for Airdrop. And then moving on next, okay, so what's happening now with the coin market cap? We are now slightly down to below 3 trillion. Okay, BTC is at 89.5, 2.9K for Ethereum. Ripple is down below $2. Well, Solana also hit a lot, 128, down about 11%. Any gainers for today? Probably not much. We have MYX Finance, 16.8, Layer 0, 11-15% last 7 days, Canton, 9%. So not much of gainers for today. Okay, a lot of pullbacks. Okay, now I think probably most likely there'll be a lot more of consolidation or bidder that's happening right now. And then moving on to technical. So if you have any question, feel free to put in the chat box. I'll answer it later on. So let's move on into the dominance first. So dominance, we can see what's happening now. Okay, price hovering at the middle band. Okay, still retesting on the middle band. Now next will be the sell zone here at 60.71. We are still yet to see the dominance to go down. That's the only thing. Why? Is because everything is down and all eyes on BTC at the moment. Okay, support next will be 58% if there's any chance. Look at weekly now. So weekly is still consolidating sideways. So it's looking set to retest the top limit here, which is somewhere around 60.34. Look at daily now. What's happening? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Looking set to trend higher again. So this is a setup here. Top limit 59.94. So the overall dominance will continue to rally. Okay, so that's where alts will take a breather. Then ETH against Bitcoin, what's happening now? So this is the thing everyone is waiting, right? This setup here on the middle band, the price needs to at least break above the middle band here, close above this level here, 0.04081, okay, and then continue to break higher at the top EB. So for now, it's down now. So this is a thing that many do not like. Then where's the next support? Could be here, 0.02758. Okay, look at weekly. What's weekly doing? Break below the middle band. And it's looking set to hit down again. So probably this will be our next level here. 0.03130. Okay, so it's looking weak and it's looking down again. Look at daily, also similar. Momentum sell. Okay, so pullback most likely to give you around this level here again to test. Then before heading down again. Let's see. So ETH is weakening against BTC. We look at BTC now, 89.3. So have you not sold on 97K and you're still waiting for the 100K? That is another big decision now to do. Right, this was the high, right? 97.6 was the relief rally for you. 97.9 was a high. 97.9. Okay, and now you are at what? 89.3. Okay, so what should you do now? This is the thing. Middle band is here. So it is looking very weak now. It's now closing below the middle band, even though we are still yet to close the month of January. Still have a lot of chance here. Let's see. And then next support will be here. This will be give you about 82.6. And then continuation down will be here at 71.5. Okay, look at weekly now. Okay, down momentum sell, move back for the entry sell. Okay, dead cat bounce, most likely to hit lower again. So another thing here, can it able to maintain that support? This is the current support now. Somewhere around here at 86.5. So if 86.5 were to break, where's next? Probably here. 78.2. So you got 78.2 and 71.5 here. Okay, if this support were to break at 86.6. And it's looking quite weak to hit lower down again. Look at daily now. So what is daily doing? Break below the middle band. Okay, already broke. So now a short-term pullback most likely to give you maybe about here, 90.3 all the way to 92.3. Okay, probably if there's any chance of a pullback again. Okay, so if you want to de-risk now, then this is the thing that you want to do now. Okay, don't wait until 100K. Okay, so these are all the levels that you can able to play. If we give you a retracement, that's where you want to start placing your sell limit orders, or maybe you might want to sell. Okay, probably a certain percentage. Okay, for BTC. If you are planning to accumulate more, right? So that's the thing. And then moving on next to Ethereum. So what's happening now? Monthly. Okay, so monthly break below the middle band. Last month also closing below the middle band. Look at this month also. Looks set to close below. Still forming, but it's still below. Okay, and then next support will be where? Probably here. This will be around 2274. Okay, 2274 will be your next support. Look at weekly. Momentum sell, pullback for the entry sell. It's breaking down again. So not good. All looking bad. From here, bearish support will be here, 2549 for the weekly time frame. So again, it needs to break past the middle band for this week, 3529. Look at daily now. What is daily doing? Daily, they are momentum sell. So a short-term pullback will give you about here, or this level here at 3086. And then probably leading up back here to 3176. Okay, for ETH. Okay, so yeah, overall ETH also is bearish. So a short-term pullback will lead you to 3K to 3.1. Okay, for ETH. Now moving on next with alts. A lot of alts that you can be able to see as well. So yeah. What happened to 𝗵𝗀𝗃𝗃? 𝗵𝗀𝗃𝗃. Okay. 237 all-time low again. Looking at the massive critical support. This level here at 222. Okay. So next resistance is here. 304. Look at weekly. Momentum sell, pull back for the retreat sell, breaking down again. So probably next will be here. That's so this will be 182. Look at daily now. Momentum sell. Okay, and then the pullback will give you maybe here. 256. Okay. And then on H4 also we can see downtrend momentum sell, pullback. Okay, going down again. So short term again probably go up and then come down for 𝗵𝗀𝗃𝗃. So overall it's really bearish. Then we look at Esther, right? What happened now? All those decks, now everything is dying off. It's already below $1. Look at that, Esther. Okay, broke already this critical support. 70 cents. Now it's at 61. Look at daily. Momentum sell. So short-term pullback would be the sell zone here at 65 before maybe heading down again. Or if not, we retest on the middle band next at 71 cents. H4 also downtrend. The short-term pullback 65 to 71 cents for Esther. Okay, so that's the one now. And then we have a lot here. I think the old coins as well. What happened to 𝗵𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃? Right, so yeah, you have to really make a decision now. Okay, you have been a back holder from last year or last cycle, riding all the way up and down. And then this year again, you are doing the same. Probably this year, probably this cycle, you might want to at least convert back to stables and get back your USDT or USDC so that you can able to stand by to reallocate again for the second half of this year. So you're already down, right? Last, let's say 2023, you accumulated, right? All the way up, all the way down. Now you're even under the money now. Okay, broke the critical support 37 cents. Now it's at what, 24 cents. Next level is here, in the band 27, or the sell zone here. That is on Monday, which is the 45 cents. Okay, weekly also down, momentum sell, pullback, retreat sell, and it's breaking down again. I don't see there's any recovery here. Look at that, momentum sell, pullback again. Okay, 27 cents. And then on H4, also we can see lower high, okay, lower lows, lower high, and it's breaking down again. Okay, so overall the trend is actually down. Trend for 𝗵𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃. Okay, so yeah, I think all these are actually heading down because no retail is coming in to buy. That's the thing here. Then what else? You can also look into this. What happened to 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀? Right, what happened to 𝗧𝗶𝗀𝗀? So that okay, monthly trend also is heading down and pattern form. Okay, rejected at the sell zone here. Okay, so your next support is where? Probably here. Probably this one at 80 cents. Or probably this support zone here, 57 cents. When we look at weekly now, momentum sell, pullback, retreat sell, it's breaking down again. Okay, and then this is a level here at 82. Okay, look at daily now. Daily momentum sell, pullback, retreat sell. Okay, so this is a 96 cents. Okay, 96 cents is the short-term pullback before we see another low. Or if not, we probably retest this lows again. Okay, at 88 cents. Okay, right, so that is 𝗧𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Then, of course, moving to what happened to ASI or Fetch. Previously known as Fetch, isn't it? ASI or Fetch, is it? Fetch. Yeah, this one. 24 cents. So remember, I think last 2 years, 2022, I think we accumulated somewhere here. 10 cents, I think. Okay, somewhere was here, we accumulated. So it went all the way to how much here? $3, 3.4. How many times here? It's about, wow, 55 times. 55x, or probably not, maybe here, right? November 2023, 20 cents. Yeah, probably about 15 times. Okay, so now it is already back here again at this level that we accumulated. Okay, so now it's going down again. So everything is down. Then probably next will be here, next support. 6 cents. So yeah, like I said, you have to really consider, right? Because retail is not here, and the conviction level is very low to actually enter for alts now. Weekly also down. Daily, what's happening now? Break below the middle band, pull back probably to retest here on the sell zone at 25, leading up to the middle band before we see another loose again. Okay, so that is fetch. I think most of these coins are actually going to, find its new bottom again. And yeah, I think that's all I have for tonight.